So this is 2013 and it's paper 2. So the first part is the one where you're editing a document. So I think that's one where you can sort of, once you open up Word, you can kind of work your way through that. The one I'll just go through, like all the other years, is just the database task. So it's here, this is the one, CSV file, so it's this one here, and I'm just going to drag it onto LibreOffice. The reason it's LibreOffice and not a Microsoft product, you know it's going to be the database task because it's paper 2, but also you'll be given something like this, and you can see, look, it says Boolean, yeah, number, text. So this is going to be a table in a database. You also know it'll also say this, the next thing would be producer reports. So when it opens up in LibreOffice, it will open up in the spreadsheet program. So it will be LibreOffice version of Microsoft Excel. So if I click OK, you could even just open it up in Excel, but I think it's probably best just there might be some problem copying between Excel and the LibreOffice database at least. There you go. So this is the LibreOffice spreadsheet, which is the LibreOffice version of Excel. So if I zoom out, and literally all you're doing is clicking in cell A1, pressing Command A to select everything, Command C to copy. You go back to LibreOffice, okay, and just do new and database. So you're making a new database. This wizard will appear, you click next. You don't actually need to do anything. You can just click finish. And you're going to get a mark just for that. So even if you don't understand a lot of the stuff, at least if you just do what you can. So you just give it a name. Actually, in the test, call it something that's relevant, just because it looks better. So, right, we're going to import it. Boolean logic. So okay, here we go. So you click on tables. Now you're going to right click. Okay, and you're going to do paste. Right, this bit is quite important. I'll leave it as table 1. Actually, no, I'll change it to database package. So it looks like it's countries and what are we looking at? Something to do with name, distance, number, bridges. It looks like it's some kind of engineering thing, but all I'm going to do is just call it countries. So I'll go back to the database. I don't think you'd really lose marks if you just kept it as table 1. This bit, so it's okay, table name, countries. That one, that's the important one. Use first line as column names. What that means, if I go back to LibreOffice, your first row here is not data, that's a label for the data. So that is what that means. So I'll go back to here. I'm just going to click next, copy everything over, click next. Right, this is the bit where you can then, if I come down, right, text, text, number. So it goes text, text, number, text, number. So you would do, oh, that's weird. Hang on, what's the ID? ID is text, okay, text, text, number. So you click on there, it's text, text, number, change that to number, and then it went text, and I think distance was number. So I'll change that. The other one was, the main thing is this, okay. Boolean, you've also got one where it says distance to 1 decimal place, height to 1 decimal place. There you go. Lovely. So you can actually do it in LibreOffice. That's what you would screenshot. I'm just going to, so operational is Boolean. Right. I'm going to change this to Boolean. And we'll just see if it works. Okay. I'll just click create. Should a primary key be create now? Click no. So you don't create a primary key now. So if I double click on that, what might happen? Okay, that's what I thought was going to happen. Right, so when you've got the Boolean, if you, okay, see operational, it's actually unticked it all. But if you go back to, the original data, oh come on, go back to the original data. Look, it went yes, 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 no, 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 no. Now I'm just going to go back to the database again. This time I'm going to paste a table in, the same table as before. Tick that just like I did, and I'm just going to click create. And just click no. This time I haven't, I didn't change it. Okay, right, see now it's kept it as yes and no, yes and no. The only problem is now what I could try to do is then edit this, go to operational, and you can still change it after, so I can change it to yes, no, click on save, I'll just see what happens this time. Okay, see, it's cleared it. So unfortunately, this is what I did in one of the previous videos. It's time consuming, but with this software, there isn't really an easy way of doing this. The solution is to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, and do that. It will take you 2 minutes, and it's a 2.5 hour exam. So I'm going to pause it whilst I do that, and then bring the table in again. Okay, so literally that took a minute to do. So it's worth just remembering to do that, because you will definitely have a Boolean field in there somewhere. So again, Control A, Control C. I'll go back. So go back to the database. Bring the table in again. So I'll right click and do paste. So I'll just call this one new, so we know it's a new one. Actually, this time, okay, remember to tick that. Now I'm going to try it again. Copy everything over, click next. So operational, I'll change to Boolean, and it will work this time. But it's things like this. This is why it's why you have to do this practice, so you know that that's what you're going to have to do. So I'll click create, not do the primary key now. So if I'm going to delete this one. Okay, and I'm going to delete this one. Okay, and double click, and the operational field, there you go, is ticked or unticked. So that's just one thing to remember. So now you've got that. The final thing on this bit is to right click and do edit. So just make sure that if it's text or if it's number, it's changed to number. This is where you would take your screenshot once you've done all this. But you also need to click on here, right click and do primary key. It will say make one a primary key. It should be fairly, you're more likely, there'll be one field that will be ID. It'll be a unique thing, a unique field in that table. Okay, this one should be fairly obvious, it's ID. So if you give that the primary key. Okay, then it says insert new records. So if you double click, okay, should be able to just type in, okay, so you should be able to add the 3 records. I won't do that just to, okay, save that. I won't do anything just to save a bit of time. Right, and this is the bit which, looking at the clock, okay, it's come up to 10 minutes, so I'll try and I might even pause the video now, do a second video where we just do this one here and try and do that one there, and then try and do it in 2 videos.